Well, good evening and welcome to the final show for 2022, the Junior Footy and Netball Show. And what a magnificent season it's been, and what a sensational season it's been by these two absolute legends. And I'm speaking of Ruby Couch from the South Warrnambool Roosters. Rubes, I can't believe, where's the season gone, mate?
Yeah, no, it's gone pretty quick, especially, even the school year. Just finished my sacks for this term, and couldn't believe it.
Now, how'd you go, mate? How you reckon you fared on the sacks?
Oh, look, hopefully all right, but no promises.
I think the netball, football and cricket might have to keep you, mate. Hey, Reggie Mast, the cult figure of the Warrnambool Football Club's been kind enough to join us. Reg, have you enjoyed the year, mate, on making your TV debut?
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Good first year at it, so hopefully back next year.
No, I think you'll both be back next year. I know you go up, Rubes, but you're still under 18, so that's enough for me. So we'll keep you in the mix, I reckon. Fantastic stuff. Now, listen, it's grand finals, of course, this weekend. Really looking forward to it. It's been a magnificent final series, and we must thank our sponsors too: McDonald's, Powercor, Southwest TAFE, Lyndoch Living, Sungold Milk. The list goes on. Fresher fruit juices, and of course Powercor, I think I mentioned as well. But look, we've had just an awesome final series, an awesome season. And this weekend, I know the weather forecast doesn't look that good, but fingers crossed, Saturday might be on the improve, and it might be too bad. So really expecting some awesome crowds up at the Reed Oval this weekend. That's the keys. We want to get people out celebrating, because we haven't had grand finals for a few years.
Yeah, definitely, just to get the atmosphere back and, the love of the game, pretty much.
My oath. It's going to be good, Reg.
Yeah, it will be. I've already seen
manicuring the Reed Oval, mate.
Yeah, the tent's already put up and that, so from last week it'll be good.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic, that is for sure. Now, in under 17.5 netball, it's Koroit taking on the Cobden Bombers. Now, these two sides have had some absolute unbelievable tussles throughout the year, and the coach of the Koroit Saints, Kate Lindsay's been kind enough to join us. Kate, thanks for joining us, mate. It's taken us all year to get you on. And Ruby, I think, has been just hiding behind the fact, because she's scared to get you on. Let's be honest, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. How are you all? I'm excited to be here, so thanks for having me.
Hey, listen, how are the nerves for you? Because you don't only coach one netball team. I think you've got another one in the grand final on the weekend as well. So you've got a big weekend ahead. Yeah,
big weekend. This week I've probably felt a range of emotions. Right now I'm feeling excited and equally nervous, and just really looking forward to the challenge that awaits us. It's a fantastic opportunity to play in a grand final, and we feel really lucky to have so many sides in from Koroit. We've got 7 in this weekend, so there's a fantastic buzz around the club as well.
In the 17s, you've obviously been the team to beat this season. What would you put that down to?
I'd say it's probably our versatility. We've got 10 players, and I mean, the depth in our side is fantastic. At numerous times throughout the year, we've had to cover our 3 basketballers and, people away through illness and the like. So I think the fact that all of our players can play across 2 or 3 positions means we're able to change things if we need to, and want to see different combinations out there. And they're just a fantastic group of people, lovely humans, and all, really get around one another and want to do it for each other, which is really lovely to see.
Who stepped it up coming into the finals and just taking their game to that next level?
One player I'd probably highlight would be Meg Carlin. She's had an incredible season. The growth in her year, just from this year to last year, has been incredible. She's down to the final selection for the Geelong Cougars under-19 side. She ran 3rd in under-17s, best and fairest. She ran 3rd in the Div 1, best and fairest. She shot a huge amount of our goals this year, and the most pleasing thing about Meg's game has been her versatility. She's not a standard, tall shooter where she just holds. She really has mixed it up to create some headaches for the opposition. So I've been really impressed with her. She's had a fantastic season.
Going into the grand final, what is the message for the girls? Obviously, you've been on top of the ladder. Any nerves going through the girls at the moment?
Yeah, I think that there'll naturally be nerves. Obviously, finishing on top of the ladder and undefeated is, it creates probably a little bit of external noise. But I said to them, when we got through, just to enjoy the build up to a grand final. It's a real privilege to make a grand final, and I want them to all enjoy it. But everything that's happened up until this point is redundant come Saturday. And as far as I'm concerned, we've had some fantastic tussles with Cobden. I expect nothing less on the weekend. And, the girls deserve to finish on top, and also, they deserve to have a really good crack on the weekend. And I back us in to come away with the premiership.
I reckon well said. You know, it's a great achievement to get to a grand final. They're not easy. You need a lot of things to go your way and stuff. And I reckon you're spot on. And, you know, you got to enjoy it because in the blink of an eye, it's all over. You know, so you got to soak up the atmosphere. You want to be nervous, as you said a little bit earlier, because if you're not nervous, you're not thinking about the contest. So, yeah, it's good words. Now, what about the opposition, Kate? Nadine Mcnamara, of course, she's an absolute legend in her own right down at the Cobden Bombers. She coaches the under-17 girls. Tell us about the opposition girls and some of the plays to watch there as well, mate.
Yeah, well, Nadine's a fantastic coach. She obviously coached the Hampden League side to, state champions along with Sophie. So she's got a huge netball brain. And the Cobden girls are a fantastic side. They've got the likes of Lara and Grace Taylor. Lara obviously winning the 17s best and fairest. Jess Boucher is a fantastic goalie. And there's a few players that I probably didn't know their names at the start of the season, but have flourished throughout the season as it's progressed. I think their goal attack, Kate Smith, she's a nice little player. She sort of probably flies under the radar, but just does her job really well. So, there's going to be some fantastic tussles on court. But, for me, Lara Taylor is a standout and she's such a clean and, a really lovely player to watch. So it'll be, a good spectacle, I think, for people to come along and support the girls.
What's training been like this week? Have you changed anything, gone lighter or harder?
We've got training tomorrow night and, we're not going to change too much. We're probably at the wrong time of the year to be implementing anything new. So it's just going to be about fine-tuning some things that we need to work on. I've had a look at our video for the last time we played Cobden and there's a couple of things that have come out of that. But tomorrow night is about enjoyment for them all. All of them will be backing it up with either Div 1 or Div 2 training afterwards. So 17s training has probably been a little more tactical, light on, because they generally tend to get pushed a bit harder in their senior trainings. But yeah, it'd just be good to have them all together and, enjoy dinner in the club rooms after training.
Oh yeah, Big Bear's got dinner sorted. Don't worry about that. He loves it out there, the big fella. Hey, great stuff. And what about, win, lose or draw? It'll be a big night back at Koroit, no doubt. Give that a bit of a plug too, Kate, to get as many supporters, friends, family back there and celebrate a year, because we haven't been able to do it for a couple of years, Kate.
Yeah, it's so true. I think everyone's saying it's been a long season because it feels like we haven't, been, we haven't had a season for a couple of years. So it's really important to everyone to get around the clubs. We're doing stuff back at the club rooms on Saturday night. If you jump on the Croydon Saints Facebook page, there's heaps of details about what we're doing. But we just love all the supporters of the Saints and players and everyone to come back and, just enjoy hopefully some real success from Saturday.
Beautifully done, mate. We wish you all the best of luck. It's going to be a ripper and fingers crossed the weather holds out and it's a nice day and it's a great game of netball.
Thanks, guys, and well done on your inaugural season of the Junior Footy Netball Show. It's been awesome to watch and looking forward to hearing your tip, Rubes.
No pressure at all, mate. She told me off air. She said Cobden are absolute morals. So I'm only joking. Kate, good on you, mate. Great stuff. Great to talk to you as always. Well done.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Hey, we're going to move along and talk football. Before we get your selection, Rubes, okay, so you've got a little bit of time just to get yourself fired up for that. But we're going to talk the under-18 halves now. Reg, Hamilton Kangaroos, coached by Lukey Ubergang. They've been an awesome outfit. They handled Koroit comfortably, to be honest, in the second semi-final to win their way through. They take on the Saints, coached by Andrew Foster. It's going to be a beauty, this one as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely be on. Both sides are at full strength, so it'll be a really good game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's go to the coach of the Koroit Saints, Andrew Foster, who's been kind enough to give us his time this afternoon. Fossey, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, going well, Matty. Reggie, Ruby, yeah, going well.
The double R's, mate. Now, listen, You've been there, you've won premierships, mate. You've coached premierships. You know what it's all about. At the helm of the kids and a ripping bunch of young kids out at Koroit too, mate. You must be delighted with the season they've had so far.
Yeah, look, they've had a great year so far. They've done, worked really hard throughout the year, to sort of finish a couple of games clear on top and, a percentage, and just really did a lot of work through the middle part of the year. Won a lot of games, were close games, and always had that goal to finish, sort of, give ourselves a double chance, and we needed it. Hamilton, as we saw in that second semi, they come out and just played some really good footy. They played really well the week before against North. and then just continue that on. They had a lot of momentum, and there was things in that game the way when they rolled us that we can obviously do better, and we've probably had a bit of a look at them now. So we'll prepare pretty well and see how we go, mate. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to change in the boys' game plan because of the last time, or are you just going to go in with the same thing and back your own way?
Look, we'll back how we play. We'll change up a couple of things. I think I guess that's the beauty of playing someone a reasonably short period of time. You can have a bit of a look at them. But one thing about Hamilton, they'll probably say the same thing about us. If you're playing a North or a South or a Cobden, kids know each other, probably. But when it's a Croydon versus a Hamilton, we don't know the kids as well as, you don't see them playing school footy, you don't sort of interact with them as much. So it's a little bit more of an unknown, a little bit more exciting in that way, I guess, sometimes. You sort of, so it's good to see them a couple of times so we can actually get a bit more of an idea about how they play. I know a few of the boys have been playing senior footy, throughout the year too, and they're very good players, so they've got a lot of depth. They've got a lot of depth, Hamilton. They bat right down. They've probably got a pretty big pool to select from, I guess, up there, and all their junior footy is pretty strong, which is good. And hopefully they can hang around in years to come and help strengthen up their senior comp too. But will we change anything? We'll change a couple of things. We won't go in exactly the way we were last time we played them. Yeah.
How have you gone against Hamilton during just the entire season?
Yeah, the first round we beat them at Croydon early in the year. I think they had a lot of their best players playing senior footy in that game. The game up at Hamilton, we went up there. We probably put one of our most depleted sides on the ground that day, and we had a lot of under 16s filling in, and we had a lot of boys playing seniors that night. So it was a little bit hard to get too much of a gauge on that, given that we were still pretty competitive. It was a 4 or 5 goal game, and we had our chances. So, and then the first final. So once again, the scoreboard probably showed that they beat us reasonably well at South that day. But if you actually go through the footage, it was probably a closer game than probably the scoreboard reflected. We missed some really easy opportunities to put a bit of scoreboard pressure back on them, and maybe panicked a little bit through the middle stages of the game and couldn't get on the scoreboard. So, so they've had the wood on us for the year. You give it to them, give them the points during the year. But I think ultimately the two best sides have probably made it through. We've only been beaten by them throughout the year. They're the only side we lost to through the year. And they've shown in the finals once they get their full team back, they're probably clearly gone straight through and well deservedly went straight into the grand final. So.
Foz, run us through some of your key players, mate, and a few of them have tasted a bit of senior footy throughout the year as well, and there'll probably be one or two that are going to probably play in the senior side. Connor Burns, a name that probably springs to mind. Firstly, I'd say he'll be lining up for the Saints on the weekend, but run us through some of your key players heading into Saturday's
look, you mentioned Connor, so he won't play with us. He'll play seniors. He's been in the senior team. He played in the last final, so good luck to Connor. Actually, he's my school-based apprentice, so I had him today. We're talking a bit of footy, and my other apprentice is Jordan Boyle. So Boyle is a good player for us too. He'll play in the under-18s. He'll play on the wing. He's a really good running player for us. Look, and we have had some players who've got senior experience. We've got Jamie Lloyd, who's played a lot of Rebels. He's come back and probably just got squeezed out of the senior side there at the end of the year, but he's a really good player, Jamie. Curran O'Donnell, he's another player that played a lot of senior footy this year, and even in that school football, representative school football this year for Emmanuel College, and that he played really well, got named in the team, the best team for that, So who else? Jake McCosh in the ruck for us, he's captain. He's really important for us. So he gives us a real presence around the footy. He's a big fella. He's played a bit of senior footy himself. Taka Cousins, come back from start of the year down at Uni Blues, has come back sort of mid-year, and real leader. He played all his junior footy at Croydon and that sort of thing. So he's a real running player for us off half back. Riley Reardon, who's come across this year. He came across from Port Fairy, and has really set himself some goals through the year, and has really improved his footy through the year. He's actually Chris McLaren's nephew, so he came across this year, and he's really important for us. Yeah, you keep going through. We've been lucky enough. We got some boys across from Merivale at the start of the year, the Hinkley twins, and Lockie won the goal kicking this year. Jacko Madden come across too. So we've been lucky enough because we're not actually blessed with a lot of numbers as such. We've got 18 genuine under 18 players playing. We're topping up with the under 16 players from there. So saying that, those under 16 players are quite good. When we talk about key forwards, we've got Mitchie Lloyd, who's kicked 5 last week. He's an under 16 player that's coming up and playing with us. He's played a bit of senior footy throughout the year too, though. So he's a really good player for us. The other under 16 boys, Jesse Suter, who's played really well as well. So we've got some good talent there that's coming up through. Down back, Xavier Kinsrod has played really well for the second part of the season. Our back line's been pretty solid.
Solid across the board, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Some good names with a fair bit of talent there by the sounds of it. Hey, Foz, thanks for your time, mate. I know it's going to be a big celebration. We heard from Katie earlier. Win, lose or draw, mate, there'll be a lot happening back at Koroit, and you've done a great job, you and Adsy O'Keefe, getting the boys up right throughout the season, mate. And we wish you all the best of luck on Saturday, taking on a very good outfit, coached by Lukey Ubergang, the Hamilton Kangaroos, mate. And we appreciate your time.
Mate. They are a good outfit, and who knows what the weather's going to do at this stage. We don't know what we're going to get yet. So, but and I have had some great support throughout the year with Adsy and Damien Quirk and Arnie and those people. So we're really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to watching the seniors and seeing how the day goes. But we've got a lot of representation, so it's going to be a great day. Yeah.
Good on you, Fozzie. Good stuff, mate. Great to talk as always.
All right. See you later. Thanks for that.
Great stuff. Andrew Foster, the coach of the Koroit under 18.5. Righto, Reg, who's going to win, mate? And tell us why. Hamilton or Koroit, big fella?
Look, I reckon it will depend on the weather, to be honest. If it's wet, it could be a scrap and could go either way. But on a dry day, I'm liking Hamilton's chances. They got a lot of kids with a lot of experience with seniors and that, with bigger bodies, so I think that'll help. But Koroit could come through. So
careful, mate. You're going to go to school with a lot of the Koroit boys, big fella, and you're dipping against them. This is dangerous territory,
could be
mate.
Anyone's game. But Hamilton are the favourites, I think.
Who's going to win the footy, Rubes?
The footy?
Yeah, give us a footy tip.
I don't really know. I haven't really seen either of each team, but I don't know, I might back Hamilton as well, just for something different.
You two are treading like fine water, I reckon. You got a couple of days still to go to school to finish this term. Hey, listen, what about the netball game? Koroit taking on the Cobden Bombers. You're outside Cobden, so you played with a lot of these girls coming through, Rubes. Can they cause an upset on the weekend?
Look, I definitely think they can. If they all play to the abilities they can, I think they should have a really fair fight against Koroit, especially if they have a really good start. I think they can get in and have a good go. They'll definitely be up there.
Come on, who are you tipping?
I don't know. I feel like Koroit, they've just been such a strong, consistent team the entire year. And I don't know. I think Koroit could come away with the win, but Cobden won't give it to them easy.
It's kind of half sitting on the fence, isn't she, Reg? She's not really. What about you, Reg? Who's going to win the netball?
I'll go the underdogs, Cobden.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, listen, seriously, it's been a fantastic effort by yourself, big fella, and you, Rubes. Magnificent right throughout the season. And all our guests. Okay, we've got plenty on right throughout the year. The netballs, the footballs, it's been fantastic across all grades. I think it has been absolutely awesome. And you kids have done all that. You get the guests each and every week. You're doing a magnificent job. So well done to you. Enjoy the off-season. I know you've got a busy cricket kind of off-season for you, Rubes, and the footy and all that will kind of continue on. And Reg, I reckon you're going to have a massive pre-season, gearing up for a big year for yourself personally as well. So well done to you, legends. Honestly, you've done a magnificent job. Rubes, you've got Macca's vouchers coming out your ears, mate. So you're just the poster girl for McDonald's, our major sponsors, that is for sure. But listen, have a wonderful weekend at the football. It's going to be a great day. Get up and support your teams this Saturday at the Reed Oval. Hampden League footy and netball at its best.